Well, this is something very interesting that I've been watching for a very long time, and I grew up watching my dad, you know, become an expert at this, and I was influenced a lot because of this, and I actually fell prey by developing a pattern around having dramas in mind before I took action towards realization of my goals. And well, it was an unconscious thing that happens with kids, and you keep watching. As kids, you keep watching your family members, your teachers, your parents, and your friends doing something as you grow up, and then you unconsciously pick those patterns, and when you start acting upon them, they get so established in you that they turn into your behavioral patterns, and then you don't even notice them when you materialize those, when you live through those patterns. And there were many such patterns which today I realize were actually not mine, and I had unconsciously absorbed them by being a big fan of my dad. Some of them were very good, and some of them were very limiting, and I really had to experience the negative side of those patterns. And one such pattern was the drama. I used to hear my dad tell stories about what happened at his workplace, and how his boss reacted to what it is, or how he reacted to what his boss did. And there were a lot of bickering, squabbles and quarrel, arguments with his boss. And my dad would come back like a hero, telling me like what happened with his boss, and how he answered him back, and how he dealt with it in a very bold, macho way. And as a kid, I started looking at my dad like a hero, and well, that was a positive side of that. But then there was a negative side as well, and I started unconsciously absorbing the pattern of having a drama around everything that you do in life. And it's very late I realized that this drama, at a physical level, at a mental level, at an emotional level, and at a spiritual level, is actually the biggest barrier between where I am and where I want to reach. And when I started working on myself, I truly admit that it took years for me to come out of this drama. It took me years to accept the fact that I'm indulging in a mental drama, than being bold enough to accept the truth and look at what is, than what I am interpreting of what is. And I see it has influenced my personal life. I see it has influenced my material life. It has influenced my emotional life. It has influenced my relationships. It has influenced my job in a number of ways. It took me a lot of time to wake up, to come out of the drama and just be who I am, and tell the truth, and live that truth of who I am. Of course, I'm not above human. I would like to admit that I have flaws, and I'm just like you. And I would want to admit that I made a lot of mistakes in my life, which was being part of my own evolution. And when I look back, I see that most of it was just happening through me, because I was doing or implementing executing the patterns that I was living through my behavior, or through my thoughts, or through my decisions, or through my choices that I made in the moment. When today, if I look back, I would like to say that the journey from where you are to where you want to be is like a journey from point A to point B. And the journey from point A to point B is all about taking action. Well, then you might say that, what about clarity? And what about passion? And what about your inspiration and motivation? Of course, they are very much essential. But when I have to, if I would like to speak about clarity, there are two kinds of clarities that we actually probably do not agree or do not see. The clarity that most of the time we talk about is only one-sided clarity, which is about foresight. Well, foresight is the only clarity that we almost always talk about, and this is something to do with your plans, your strategies, your execution, your action, when you know what you want to do and when you want to execute that. But today, if I have to look at this perspective about foresight, I would want to ask you a question. How many of you have read or rather have you read autobiographies, or have you watched documentaries on lives of great people and you felt that that's the kind of life that I would want to live? But the question is, have those autobiographies been written after they have lived their lives or before living their lives? It's very rare. I mean, I haven't heard ever that somebody wrote his autobiography and then lived it. But then when we read such autobiographies, we feel as if, we need to live that kind of a life. And we forget that the autobiographies were written after having lived those journeys and those stories. And none of them ever planned to exactly live that kind of a life so that they will be able to write such autobiographies. But we take that in a different way, forgetting that most autobiographies were written in a hindsight. They were written after having lived a fantastic journey and then finding that story that they have lived and connecting the dots. Whereas we have been trained so much to be so clear before you take the action, that the clarity that we seek at a physical level, mental level, emotional level and spiritual level itself becomes a barrier to what you want to do and what you want to accomplish in your lives. And then when you don't get such clarity, when you don't get such emotional clarity or mental clarity, you drop down the plan, and at some level you start feeling like a failure, and you think that since I'm not having this clarity about what I want to do, I'm not meant to do it, or probably this is not my cup of tea, or probably I'm not designed to do it. Probably I have to accept whatever is happening in life and just go on. Of course, surrender is required, but just falling, accepting without even having taken one step of courage is like being passive and not even breathing life into the fantastic ideas that you have. What comes between this journey of point A and point B, where you are and where you want to be, is mostly the drama that you have in your mind. If I want to shoot this video, now let's imagine what kind of dramas I can have. I can have a drama that I need so many lights, I need such kind of equipment, I need a fantastic camera, I need a voice recorder, I need an editing software, I need to have I need to have a fantastic laptop that I want to edit through, and I want to have high-end material which could a fantastic background to support me. This is a big drama at a physical level. At a mental level, I might be seeking a clarity about, I need a full script of what I want to talk and how I want to impress you, and how I would invite you to subscribe my channel. What kind of exact words would I use? This is all a mental drama that I might use to act as a barrier between my point A of having an idea to shoot for a video and also and point B as the real video, the production of the video. At an emotional level, now I might create a drama, or I might be seeking a drama of I must be pumped up, I must be motivated, I must be super energetic to give out my best performance and to give out a best video. Now at a spiritual level, I might be seeking a drama of, why do I want to do that? I need to have my why clear, why clear before I shoot my video. And what's it going to do to serve the purpose of my life, and what's the bigger purpose I'm going. Of course, all these things are very much essential. But in most situations, these objectives of drama are to be iterated upon. They are to be understood after you have started taking the action, and many such things you will learn after you have acted upon your goals and you have made your first movement from A to B. Instead, most of the times we don't create the kind of life that we want to live, or the kind of goals that we want to accomplish, the kind of dreams that we want to materialize, only being stopped by our own dramas. And probably the journey from point A to point B is all about understanding the gap, the discrepancy between doing and drama. I would invite you to look back into your life, and I would want you to consider and accept the truth. Be a little introspective. Well, probably you can go into introspective writing and journaling, and I would want you to focus at least 20 to 30 minutes to look into the areas of your life where you are indulging more in a drama, be it at a physical level, at a mental level, at an emotional or a spiritual level, and less of doing. And when you start, I don't want to give you an answer. Probably you will have your answers when you start this introspection, and when you have a realization of what's that drama that is stopping you from taking your first step from your point A, which is here and now, and point B, where you want to be in life. I want you to think about this distinction, which can help you change the way you live and you face life, or you experience life rather, and the way you change yourselves towards your empowered self. Love you.